Hello friends and welcome back to our Python series. Today we will learn about tuples in Python. Tuples are simple but very useful data type and they store data that cannot be changed. Tuples are good for settings, constants or lists that you don't want to change. If you are new here or need to review Python basics, then please watch my previous videos to understand everything better. Ready to learn about tuples? Then let us get started. First is how to define a tuple. Then tuple is like a list, but it uses parentheses instead of square brackets. And just like a list, you can access individual elements in a tuple using indexes. For example, consider a window size tuple with fixed dimension of 1200 by 800. Then you can declare it inside parentheses and both elements they are separated by comma. If you want to access the first elements from this tuple, then provide index as 0 inside square brackets and you will get output as 1200. Same way you can access second element with index as 1 and output would be 800. And there is one thing more, if you want to define a tuple which is carrying only a single element, then you need to add a comma after the item. And this comma tells Python that it's a tuple, not just an ordinary number inside parentheses. So take this example of my tuple where I am defining or declaring this tuple with element as 3 but it is followed by a comma. Remember, this syntax is necessary if you want to define a single element tuple. Otherwise it will not be a tuple, it would just be an ordinary number. Then tuples are good for grouping related values. For example, to represent a point with x and y coordinates, you can define it as point is equal to 4, 5. Here first element you can take it as x and second element 5 you can take that as y. So this grouping of related values not only enhances clarity but also increases efficiency of your program. Then tuples they can hold different types of data. For example, a tuple can have a person's name, age and city all inside a single tuple. First parameter John, that is a string data type, second parameter age, that is a number, and third parameter is again string. So this way I can group different types of data inside a tuple. Then tuples they are immutable. Unlike lists, lists are mutable data type but tuples are immutable, means they cannot be changed after they are created. Trying to change any item in a tuple that will cause an error. For example, if I try to modify first element of my window size tuple, then this code will give me a type error because you cannot change tuple items. And this is good if you want the data to stay the same. Now let us look at some ways to use tuples and understand their various features. Accessing tuples, we have already seen how to access individual elements in a tuple. Let us revisit it. You can access individual elements in a tuple using indexes or index numbers with indexing starting at 0, just like lists. So if I want to access second element inside a tuple, then I can specify index as 1. Same way you can access second, third element or whatever. And tuples can be broken down into individual variables, making it easier to assign values. So if my tuple is composed of 3 items, first one is name, second one is age 28 and third one is his city which is Chicago, then I can use tuples unpacking feature as name, age, city is equal to person. So name will be assigned to first element from a tuple, age will be assigned to second element from a tuple, and city would be assigned to third element from that tuple. And now I can access these elements individually without specifying any index. If I will try to print name, then my output would be John. I don't need to write print person 0. I can simply access that first element with name. Same way I can access age and similarly I can access city. Concatenating tuples. Then tuples can be concatenated using the plus operator, creating a new tuple from existing tuples. In my example, I am declaring two tuples. Tuple 1 is equal to 1, 2, 3 and tuple 2 is equal to 4, 5, 6. Now if I will join these two tuples together using plus operator and assign the result to tuple 3, then my tuple 3 would be composed of a single tuple which starts from 1 goes up to 6, means it would be 1, 2, 3 from tuple 1 and 4, 5, 6 from tuple 2. As you can see in the output that now my both tuples are combined together or concatenated together and the result is stored inside tuple 3. And this operation is useful for combining multiple tuples into a single tuple. Reassigning a tuple. Remember when I said that you cannot change individual elements of a tuple, but you can assign an entirely new tuple to a previously declared tuple variable. So let us take the same example where window size is defined as 1200, 800. Now if you will print it, then it would output you as 1200, 800. But let us assign this variable window size to a new tuple which is 1600, 1200. If I try to print the same variable again, then my outputs would be 1600, 1200. And Python allows this because you are not changing the tuple itself, but rather assigning a new tuple to the variable. Let us come to tuple slicing. Like lists, tuple also supports slicing to fetch part of a tuple. And here is an example of a tuple with fruits. And now if we want to get only some parts of this tuple, we can use slicing. Let us see how it works. In this example, we are getting the fruits from position 1 to position 3, but not including position 3. Remember, we are not including position 3. So it will access first element, it will access second element, but it will skip third element. 1 here is starting index from where slicing will start, and 3 is the ending index up to where slicing will continue. So we get output as banana and cherry. And here are some more examples. So in case you are not providing any starting index, then by default it starts from beginning of the list, beginning of a tuple, and it will continue up to the ending index, and that is 3. So my output would be apple, banana and cherry. Now similarly, if you don't provide ending index, then by default it would be till the end of the tuple. So in this example, my slicing will start from second index and it will continue up to last of the tuple. So my output would be cherry and date. Now let us talk about some methods that tuples have. Even though tuples cannot be changed, but we can still do some operations with them. And two useful methods are count and index. Index method tells us the position of a value in the tuple, while the count method tells us how many times a value appears in the tuple. And here is an example. A tuple with repeated elements, and now if I want to find out how many times apple is repeated in this tuple, then I can use count. So I will specify fruits, then count method, and here I am providing argument as apple because apple exists 2 times in this tuple, so my output would be 2. And if I want to find out if cherry exists in the tuple and at what index, then I can use fruits.index with argument as cherry. It will also return me 2, but that is index of this element inside a tuple. But be careful. If you try to find the index of an item that is not in the tuple, like in this example I am trying to find out index of kiwi, then it will throw me a value error because kiwi is not in the tuple. And these methods are very helpful when we need to know more about the elements in a tuple. For example, when we analyze data, we can use these methods to find and count items inside a tuple. And that is all for this part. And now is the quiz time, and here are 5 questions designed for you to practice your understanding of tuples in Python. The solutions to these exercises can be found on my GitHub page, but I would strongly advise you against that. Please try to attempt all of these questions on your own. And that's it for our look at Python tuples. We have seen how to create, access, slice and use tuples and learned about their immutability and flexibility. If you like this video, then please give it a thumbs up. It really helps the channel. And don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell icon so you don't miss any updates from me. I love hearing from you, so please leave a comment below. Share your experiences with tuples, ask questions or just say hi. Make sure to tune into our next video where we will explore Python dictionaries in detail. Another powerful data structure that allows you to store and manage data in key value pairs. We will cover basic operations and more advanced techniques and tips. Whether you are a beginner or just brushing up on your Python skills, this upcoming episode will be packed with useful information. And thanks for watching and happy coding. See you in my next episode. Bye bye.